On this Ram 2500 with the 6.4 gas engine, P0456 is a small leak fault in the evaporative emission system. In plain language, the truck may be seeing the EVAP system fail to hold the small amount of vacuum or pressure change it expects. The MIL may come on and the driver may not notice much else. Broadly, this can involve EVAP plumbing, the charcoal canister, the fuel tank or fuel pump seal area, ESIM switch operation or mounting, ESIM valve sealing, purge solenoid leakage, wiring, or a restriction between the canister and tank. If other codes are present, check what they mean first, then stay disciplined and work the EVAP system as a whole instead of jumping at one part. Start with the basic system checks, and make sure any applicable service bulletins or PCM flash updates for this fault are handled before testing. Temperature swing matters here. A big temperature change can hide a leak by building vacuum too quickly, or make a sealed system look like it is leaking because vapor pressure decays the vacuum too fast. Also remember, the fuel tank pressure sensor is not what the PCM uses to decide the leak, but it is useful while diagnosing. Treat the run conditions as monitor gates. The engine on or drive cycle minimum is 2-5 minutes. The engine on timer is clipped to a maximum of 26 minutes on a trip, and after key off, there is a 12-minute delay where ESIM switch input is ignored. There is also an engine off event limit, after a maximum time of 17.5 hours without an ESIM switch closure during the event. The monitor can run after a previous engine run cycle of a minimum of 5 minutes. A pass event can be recorded after the engine is off for a minimum time of 12 minutes, and a fail event needs the engine off for a minimum of 2 hours. Fuel level is less than 88%. Ambient temperature is between 4 degrees C and 35 degrees C, 39 degrees F and 95 degrees F. And elevation is below 8,000 feet. The accumulation fail timers are engine on 100 minutes and engine off 70 hours. For the small leak decision, if no ESIM switch closures were recorded and the accumulative timer reaches 70 hours of engine off time and 100 minutes of engine run time, the system determines a small leak is present. That takes a minimum of 4 straight fail events. As general EVAP context while you are reading the data, a general failure can be tied to vacuum that cannot be created below -250 Pa within a calibrated time. With the ignition on, run the small leak verification test routine with the scan tool and follow the on-screen prompts. Record whether it passed, failed, is not available, or will not run. That routine is based on the fuel tank pressure sensor reading, and it also displays the ESIM switch state so you can verify that state against the manual evaluation. If the routine passes, the system may be sealed at that moment. Compare the data to the expected behavior, and if the system is functioning properly, do not force a repair. If it fails, compare the recorded phase results to the expected behavior. If the routine is not available or will not run, move into the manual evaluation. For the manual EVAP leak evaluation, the fuel tank should be less than 95% of capacity for best results. Keep tank size and system layout, fuel volume, barometric pressure, ambient temperature, and fuel temperature in mind when reading the results. Phase 1 is the zero reference for the fuel tank pressure sensor. With the ignition on, vent the system to atmosphere and record the ESIM switch state and FTP sensor reading. You can vent it by removing the gas cap, opening the capless filler, or actuating the purge solenoid for 1 minute with the scan tool. The ESIM switch should be open, and the FTP sensor should be near zero. Whatever the sensor reads while vented becomes your zero reference. If the ESIM switch reads closed during this phase, think ESIM signal shorted to ground, ESIM switch stuck closed, or the purge solenoid did not open if that was the venting method. Phase 2 is the non-intrusive leak check. Close the system, keep the ignition on with the engine off, and monitor the FTP reading for 2-3 minutes. A sealed system should slowly move positive or negative depending on whether it is warming or cooling. A steady value can mean a leak is present, or the system temperature is too stable to create movement, so continue testing. A very rapid pressure change means the temperature change is too large, and the result is not valid. A change of more than 200 Pa in 1 minute means the system is too unstable to test accurately. Phase 3 checks for purge solenoid leakage. Start the engine and, with the purge solenoid off, record the ESIM switch state and FTP sensor reading within 5-10 seconds. A small vacuum is normally created as fuel is pulled from the tank, typically between approximately -25 and -50 Pa. If vacuum is created instantly after startup near or below the ESIM regulation point, that points to a leaking purge solenoid and can also set a purge performance fault. Phase 4 starts the intrusive check and checks ESIM switch function and general EVAP operation. Let purge become active long enough to create maximum vacuum and stabilize, then shut the engine off immediately after maximum vacuum is achieved. The recommended way is to stop after Phase 3, run the purge vapor system test from the scan tool, let vacuum build, shut the engine off, and return to the data display. Fuel tank pressure should drop quickly to approximately -600 Pa, and the ESIM switch should change to closed. If pressure drops but the switch does not close, suspect a stuck open switch or an open in the ESIM signal or ground circuit. If the switch closes but pressure changes very little or not at all, suspect a restriction between the canister and FTP sensor or a faulty stuck sensor. Before condemning the sensor, verify the 5-volt supply is present at the sensor. If neither the switch closes nor the pressure changes, think very large leak or purge solenoid not opening. If vacuum is 2 to 3 times the expected reading, look for a plugged canister vent hose, plugged fresh air filter, or ESIM vacuum vent valve stuck closed, and that can also show up as hard fuel filling. Phase 5 is the intrusive leak check. Once maximum vacuum is created and stable, shut the engine off and monitor the FTP sensor and ESIM switch for an additional 3-4 minutes. Record readings immediately after shutdown and again after 3-4 minutes. The FTP reading should return quickly to the vacuum relief regulation point, approximately -500 Pa, then stabilize. Vacuum should stay below approximately -250 Pa, and the ESIM switch should remain closed for the additional 3-4 minutes. If pressure rises quickly near zero or above -250 Pa and the ESIM switch opens in that time, the system has a leak and you move to leak testing. If every phase gives the expected result, the system is most likely not leaking at that time. Possible false failures include a software issue, debris that was stuck in the purge solenoid or ESIM relief valves and has cleared, or an ESIM not mounted correctly with the switch at the 3 o'clock position. Once the manual evaluation points to a leak, choose how you want to isolate it. You can test the whole EVAP system as one assembly, or split the system at the charcoal canister and test the sides separately. The whole system method is faster when access is good. Splitting the system is useful when you want to prove whether the leak is on the fuel tank side or the fresh air and canister side before you start smoking everything. For the whole system test, use kit, yield and accessory 8400C. Connect the red power lead to battery positive and the black ground lead to battery negative. Connect shop air to the tester, set the smoke and air control switch to AIR, and press the remote start button. Block the tester's AIR supply tip while pressing the remote button. If the indicator ball is not resting at the bottom of the flow meter, set the red flag so it lines up with the ball. Then connect service adapter 8400/480p to the ESIM vent hose. Connect the AIR supply tip to the adapter, press the remote button, and compare the ball to the red flag. If the ball drops to the bottom of the air flow meter or below the red flag, the rest of the system is sealed, and the leak is coming from the vent valves inside the ESIM. On a capless system that failed the small leak test but passed this pressure test, verify the filler neck is not leaking and go through the fuel tank side test before replacing the ESIM. If the truck has a filler cap, replace the ESIM. If the ball stays above the red flag, the leak is not coming from the ESIM vent valves. Leak test with smoke, a hydrocarbon sniffer or bubbles, then repair or replace the leaking component. If smoke is present through the purge solenoid, replace the purge solenoid. After the repair, run the intrusive leak evaluation again to verify the repair. If you split the system, remove the canister tube from the charcoal canister. Attach a hand vacuum pump to the canister fitting and pump it until the ESIM switch closes. With the scan tool, monitor the ESIM switch state for up to 10 minutes. If the ESIM switch remains closed for a minimum of 5 minutes, the leak is on the fuel tank side of the system. If it does not remain closed for a minimum of 5 minutes, the leak is on the fresh air canister side. That one step gives you direction before you start applying smoke. For the fuel tank side, use kit, yield, and accessory 8400C. Connect the red lead to battery positive, the black lead to battery negative, and shop air to the tester. Set the smoke and air control switch to smoke. Attach the black hose to the canister tube and press the remote button to fill the fuel tank side with smoke. Then leak test using smoke, a hydrocarbon sniffer, or bubbles. To check the purge solenoid for an internal leak, remove the manifold hose from the purge solenoid, fill the system with smoke, and look for smoke coming through the purge solenoid. Find and repair the leak. If smoke is present through the purge solenoid, replace the purge solenoid. Then run the intrusive leak evaluation again to verify the repair. For the fresh air side, use the yield again in AIR mode. Power and ground the tester, connect shop air, press the remote button, block the AIR supply tip, and set the red flag to the ball if the ball is not resting at the bottom of the flow meter. Connect service adapter 8400 to the ESIM vent hose. Connect the AIR supply tip. Press the remote button, and compare the ball to the flag. If the ball drops to the bottom of the airflow meter or below the red flag, the leak is coming from the vent valves inside the ESIM, so replace the ESIM. If the ball stays above the red flag, the leak is somewhere else in the system. Use smoke, a hydrocarbon sniffer, or bubbles to find it, then repair or replace the leaking component. If smoke is present through the purge solenoid, replace the purge solenoid. Keep verification separate from the finding step. After any repair, run the intrusive leak evaluation again and confirm the leak behavior is gone. The key with P0456 is to prove the EVAP system behavior before replacing anything. Use the scan tool routine if it will run. Use the 5 manual phases to understand pressure and ESIM behavior. Then isolate the leak with the whole system or split system test. Verify the repair and confirm the code stays gone. For more diagnostic training, visit stepdiagnostics.com.